Hello, Stampers. My name is Linda Bedinger, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Denver, Colorado. And this is my feisty buddy, Puccini. He's full of the devil this afternoon, and he helps me in my craft room, generally laying across exactly what I'm trying to work on. He's been a little devil today. I have for you my paper pumpkin alternatives. And this was a challenging kit because it had animals and they were not lifelike. And so that's always a challenge for me. But I have 6 cards for you, and I'm excited about what I ended up coming up with. So let's just get started. The paper pumpkin this time is called Safari Celebration February 2022. And the kit is to make these 3 cards and to make 3 each of the 3 different designs. I didn't use any of the characters. I used the elephant once because I made a birthday card for my grandson as long as I was at it, which will be coming up in a couple of months. And I didn't care for the other characters. That's what I did. Coordinating colors this time are Bumblebee, Fresh Freesia, Pear Pizzazz, Rich Razzleberry, Soft Succulent, and Soft Suede. I used a few items that are not in the kit. Let me show you what the kit gave you. It gave you these 3, I guess they're deer or antelope. I'm not sure. But there's 3 of these and they're laser cuts, so you can use them if you choose to. And let's see, what else did I get? I got the monkeys. They're actually kind of cute, but I didn't find a way to use them. And then the elephants on roller skates, and I did find a way to use part of the elephant. So there's those laser cut pieces. There's 3 different kinds of shapes in vellum, and they're all stitched a little bit anyway. These are all stitched all the way around. This shape. Then there's a circle, and then there's this shape, and the stitching is along the top and the bottom of those pieces. So there's those vellum pieces. There are a whole bunch of these circles, and they've got some of the Rich Razzleberry and some of one of the other colors here. I think it must be the Soft Succulent. You get a page of these kinds of banners in the Pear Pizzazz. And what I did on mine is I didn't use Pear Pizzazz as the background for anything, but I ended up using Granny Apple. So you can see I used a couple of those banners. Then you get 3 or 4 sheets of these things, and they're just these big beautiful leaves, and then these other pieces that are like berry sprigs, and in all of the colors that are represented in this kit. The pear, the soft succulent, I keep losing that leaf out of here, and that's what the leaves look like. They're very pretty. And then Bumblebee, and then Rich Razzleberry. And you get a Rich Razzleberry ink spot, and of course your dimensionals and your glue dots. And then there are 3 different bases. Oh, these things. And they're like little, I don't know, I guess they're just little like rocks, little opaque stones, I guess you might call them. And this was the 3 bases that we got in this, in the pattern here of these speckles. And so we got the Fresh Freesia, we got the Soft Succulent, and we got Bumblebee. Now, on the envelopes, we got the Soft Succulent with this pretty pattern, and this little pattern along the edge of the envelopes, and this one with a Bumblebee and that pattern, and this one with the Pear Pizzazz and that pattern. And then, this is the stamp set. Let's see, I think I can do that this way. It says Fantastic. It says Happy Birthday, and at one time it was all connected together. I cut mine in half when I used it. I used it once together and once in half. There's a cupcake. There's a congratulations in it someplace on my desk, but for the life of me, I can't find it. There is you did it, you are so, like fantastic or amazing. And then there's a leaf, a little banner that says yay, and let's celebrate, and a splatter. It's really a nice kit. Got lots of stamps in it. And the material for next time is, there's a little flyer in here for Beyond the Horizon. I think it's going to coordinate with that Horizon paper and the stamp set that goes with that. And right now I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it in the video for you. And so this one is coming up. Oh, and that reminds me, there's a sale on the mini Stampin' Cut machine. I think you can get it right now for 20% off. And it's $60, so that would be $12 off. It's a pretty good deal. So they're talking about that. And then this Share Your Moment campaign, which is both for customers and for demonstrators. And it's to explore what the Stampin' Up! Experience is all about. And you can upload whatever experience you've had with Stampin' Up! And they're just looking for stories that people have about connecting inside the Stampin' Up! Community. And I think you're going to collect them all year long, and then it'll be fun to see what they decide to do with them. All right, I ended up making 6 cards this time. This is my card number 1. And I just took a big piece. I cut all of my bases like this in half. And then I wanted 2 colors represented here. So I cut this one down to probably 3 3/4, something like that, and then put another piece of this. This is the inside of one of those envelopes. I think this one. Yes. And then the coordinating color was soft suede, and then I thought black would be kind of interesting. And I put one of several of the leaves on there. I did use quite a bit of twine with this set. And one of those berry sprigs. And then these are the Artistry Blooms sequins, and they go beautifully with the rich Razzleberry this time. Then I put my congratulations stamp across this long banner that's in there. And then on the inside of this card, I just put a 4 by 5 1/4 rich Razzleberry piece, and then a piece of white 3 3/4 by 5, and the one leaf that I didn't put on the front but is the same color as the major part of this on the inside with a few of those sequins. So that is my card number 1. Then I have, let's see, this one. And I thought this would be a great congratulations type card. So I made, and I used Granny Apple, and I used Granny Apple ink because I wanted to be a little bit brighter. But you certainly can use the Pear Pizzazz with this. And so I have a piece of Granny Apple that's 4 by 5 1/4. Then a piece of that envelope that is in fact, I think it's the rest of this, 3 3/4 by 5, and then a piece of white that's a 1/4 inch less, so 3 1/2 by 4 3/4 on that. And then I stamped those banners here, and then I put my own little bow up there, and then I stamped You Did It and Let's Celebrate down here. And then I used the splatter like confetti. And I used out of my stash some of those iridescent rhinestones we have. And again, more twine just to break it up and give a different color in there. And on the inside, I just used some of the strips that I had left as I was working on things to bring that green on the inside. And that is my card number 2. The next one I made was the one I was telling you about, birthday card for my grandson. And what I did was, let me show you here. They give you those circle laser cut pieces, and what I did was, after I cut my laser cut or punched out my laser cut pieces, I just kept this piece here and I trimmed it up so that it made a square with the same amount of margin on all ends. Then I cut the elephant in half and put him like he's coming out of the circle, and added a few jungle leaves here, and did part of another envelope and a little piece of this paper along the edge here, and I did my happy birthday long on one of the banners that was supplied. And on this one I thought it might be kind of fun, so I just put a few of those little brass butterflies that we have. And I thought my grandson might get a big bang out of getting a birthday card with an elephant on it. On the inside, very simple, I just put the soft succulent around the outside, white on the inside, and then another piece of this paper, so I didn't waste any of this that I took off of here with a strip here and here. I think all of that made one card front. So you can get quite a bit out of it for that. And I could have done that with the monkey too. In fact, I even cut one down. And I think the monkey cut part down without the hula hoop, you could get the same kind of thing, and that would make a cute kid's card. So that is my card number 3. Then I made this one, which is a little bizarre with the colors, but I used the card front with the fresh freesia, another piece of that envelope pattern here, and then a big vellum piece, and I turned it over and I stamped with the fresh freesia those leaves on one side, and then used 2 of the leaves here with one of the green, so it would pick up the green. And I just put fantastic, it could be for anything. And on the inside, and these are the freesia rhinestones, the gems from the 2022-24 in color gems. And then I just got all 3 in there, stamped a few of those leaves, and put a few of those rhinestones in there. Actually, that would make kind of a cute card front as well, with a stamped message across here or a few more leaves. And you'll see I did that on another one, something similar to that. But that is my card number 4. Then I think, let's see, my card number 5 might be my favorite, although I like this one a lot too. And what I did was I put the soft succulent 4x5 1/4, a piece of this card front on the front, so 3 3/4 by 5, and then I cut down a piece of white. Let me tell you how big that is. It is 3 inches by 4 1/4, so pretty small, but I wanted this pretty pattern to show around the outside. And what I did here was I stamped those leaves on 2 sides and used the splatter, made this one all monochrome. And if you think about this, you could make one of these out of each one of these card fronts, because all you need is the card front and then a little bit of cardstock and white, and you could do this in every color, and you could do it also in this by using an inside of the envelope. And if you wanted different patterns, you could use the insides of the envelopes and really get quite a few of this. I think it makes up 6 different colors that you could do this one with. And it could say happy birthday. I used let's celebrate, and on the inside I just did that same thing. And it could celebrate anything. So that is my card number 4. Oops, 5 I guess it is. I forgot this one. And then the last one is just a little bit crazy. I had so many little strips of paper where I was cutting down, I decided to put a little bit of the rich razzleberry on either end of a card. And I think this one's 3 3/4 by 5, but you could make it any size. And I just put different size strips with the two paired together, and then a rich razzleberry and the two bumblebee together, and a rich razzleberry and the two soft succulent together. And it's a pretty busy little card. Then I laid this piece of bumblebee across, used one of these other shapes, another strip of the rich razzleberry, and then the happy birthday. And that's when I decided to cut it in half, because I wanted it to go over and under on my label that they supplied me. And then on the inside on this one, I cut 1/2 inch by 1 inch little pieces. Again, I had so many little pieces of scrap that I decided to put them all to work. And even on this one, I put some of the fresh freesia in this one. And so that is my card number 6. And I have to say, it was a challenging kit to work with, but I'm really pretty pleased with the things that I got out of it. Probably like this one the least, and these two the best. Although that's kind of fun too for my grandson. Actually, I like them all. I really do. This one's a little bit different on the color combination, but in the end, I think they came out pretty well. So thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I do so appreciate it. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, well, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Or you could join my team. And we still have a couple days left for February before celebration is done. So if you want to get some of the freebies, now's the time to get your order in. And there's a special join offer, your regular deal, $125 worth of product for $99. And then during celebration, you get to pick an extra 2 stamp sets. So it's a pretty good deal for joining. And there's always a $60 prize from me, shopping spree on me. And I pick them from people who place an order of any size on my store, bedinger.stampinup.net, and you can get to it through my blog, www.ingenuity.com. That's it for me. I will be back soon with more cards, more projects, and more tips. Bye.